Cue the imaginary intro. Welcome to the Thister podcast. I'm Linda, and this is
And
my
I'm
sister,
Melissa,
Isha.
aka Isha.
And welcome to today's episode. What are we naming this episode?
Ghost/paranormal activities.
That's kind of whack. We didn't think of a better name.
Spooky.
But yeah, somebody gave us this idea. So I don't have that many paranormal ghost stories.
But wait, life update.
Oh yeah, life update. What's going on? I definitely overlined my lips again. What else? What's going on? Puppy has his first games next week. That'll be exciting. What else is going on? You go. I think because we just did a life update yesterday, I have nothing to update. What's your life besides those hickeys all over your arms?
Tell me is this a problem? Can people relate or no?
I can't relate. My kids never sucked on me and left me hickeys.
Ando toda hickied up. Van a decir pinche morra maníaca.
I think you're just blaming it on the baby.
How do you remove hickeys?
I don't know.
You know how them kids know how to remove them? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember there was like a spoon, like you like twist it the other way or something. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had.
I've been a nasty gal. Besides me being hickied up, I'm going to San Carlos this weekend. Looking forward to that. What else is going on? My son, I think, is hitting a new milestone because he's been a little off with his sleeping, but he was getting better. So I'm hoping that whatever milestone he hits, it's a good one. I took him to get my nails done with me yesterday for the first time, and he actually behaved. He liked the whole nails and yapping.
Let me see the nails. Would you get butter yellow?
I just got butter yellow, something very simple, no design, porque tenía bendy.
That's like the it color for the spring. You're so trendy. Yes.
So do you want to see my toes?
No,
I got my toes.
Nobody wants to see.
I'm not that flexible.
My sister. Fun fact, she's not. Oh my god.
No, I can't get them. But I got butter yellow on my toes too. Y nomás tranquis.
This weekend, I want hopefully to have my home office finished. So maybe the next podcast will be in there. We need to finish moving the gym equipment. I feel like it's the same thing. I just can't. My type B, like I have so many home projects like halfway, but hopefully we can finish one this weekend.
Okay.
I have a birthday party, a kid's birthday party. It's a Mexican one, so it should be for sure. So I have a peda on Saturday. Sunday, I need to film for an important campaign. It's like a little tedious, but
you're not gonna tell us what it is?
No,
I'm gonna leave it there.
I know. I hate when influencers do that or content creators or whatever. But like, I really can't say this one. And then Friday, tomorrow, I'm gonna have a content day, but just like fun, organic content.
Also, I love that you're wearing a turtleneck. You ando toda bichi.
Well, my office is freezing. Like the dental office, I can wear like blazers and long sleeve shirts all year long because it's freezing. And I'm a little bitch when I'm cold. So this is we've never done this before. This is before I go to work. We're trying to film a podcast to get ahead. So I'll be going to work in a little bit. I have a few patients today at 10, so we gotta chop this along.
Okay, well, let's begin the Spooky Stories.
Okay. Do you
want to start first?
Okay, I'll start first since I was talking about the dental office. So if you guys know, my dad was a dentist, and then one of the younger uncles, his brother, was also a dentist. So when my dad passed away, my uncle was graduating dental school, and my dad put him through dental school. So
I don't know this story.
You don't?
I'm listening to this for the first time.
Okay. So my dad was a dentist, and my uncle's a lot younger. So when my dad passed away, my uncle had just graduated, and him and my mom continued the dental office all these years. So he's, of all my uncles, like it's probably the one I was the closest to. He was just like kind of like a father figure. I worked with him obviously the last 15 years or 14 years. We were very close. And he got cancer a couple years ago, and he passed away it's been a year. It's going to be 2 years in September.
Already?
So before he passed away, he got into some substance problems, things like that. So I was a little bit mad at him, but we weren't estranged. I just kind of had to like put my distance, but I still loved him. Like he's like definitely like a dad to me. Well, anyways, he was in the hospital for a while, and I didn't go visit him. I was busy, and I honestly thought he was going to be okay. Like I really thought he was going to be okay, and I was a little bit disappointed in him. So I was like, I'll see him when he gets home. And my cousin, which is his son, calls me and he's like, you know what? Like, I don't think he's going to make it if you want to come say bye. So I was like, it hit me like a sack of bricks because I really thought he was going to get to go home. I thought he was going to be fine. Well, anyways, long story short to this, I go to the hospital. They had just started his medication, like to help him like pass away essentially faster because the cancer was really bad and he was in pain. I got to say my goodbyes. It was beautiful. Like I'm really happy I went. And then that night, so I go home. Me and my mom went. I go home. Ever's out of town when all this happened. It's just me and the kids. It was like a Friday. I slept upstairs with Bobby because I just sleep close to the kids when it's just us. I go to bed. I was obviously sad. He was still alive when I left, but I mean, it was going to be a matter of hours. He's going to pass away that night, they said. But I felt at peace. Like I got to say goodbye. I went to bed. So I have this, well, it's supposed to be a dream, but I mean, this is part of the paranormal thing. I'm in bed and I see him, but he's like younger. My uncle, he's like younger, like probably like is the 30-40 version of him, in a pink polo shirt that he would wear. I could smell him, like I could smell his cologne, because every day when he'd get to work, when we did work together, he'd come in and hug me. And
I'm getting the goosebumps.
Oh, I thought you were showing more hickeys. So I could literally smell him. Like he was very affectionate, which I'm not, but he would always come in and hug me and smother me and laugh or whatever. But I could smell him. It was the younger version of him. I could feel his skin, and he hugged me, and he's like, todo está bien, morra, because he'd always call me morra, and he just hugged me, todo está bien, estoy like orgulloso de ti, todo va a estar muy bien, yo estoy muy bien, te quiero un chingo, because he'd always say, te quiero un chingo, morra, te quiero, like just randomly. He was I knew he loved me very, very much. And it was his voice and everything. And I just, obviously, like, I thought it was a dream, but I mean, I could smell him. I could feel him. It was like so freaking, like, nobody will tell me that didn't really happen. And that wasn't like the closure that I think he needed, because I honestly felt good. I was in a good place. Obviously, I was a little bit disappointed in him, but I mean, it's part of the human experience. No one's perfect. But like, I had forgave him. Like, we were fine. But I think he needed to tell me, like, because I was always worried about him all the time till I wasn't. So I think he just was his way of saying, like, just to let go, and goodbye. That he was fine, and goodbye. And it was perfect. It was so perfect. It was like, I couldn't ask for a better way to grieve and let go than that. So that's my paranormal. I don't know if it happened, if it didn't happen.
That's a beautiful paranormal. That's not a spooky.
No, it's not spooky. I mean, our minds are crazy. Maybe that's what I needed, like, to be okay. I don't know. I still to this day,
question.
I mean, yeah.
Do you believe in lucid dreaming?
No.
And do you know what lucid dreaming is?
Yes.
Okay, define lucid dreamings for the people that don't know.
Like when you think, like when it's like real.
Yeah,
like
so
that,
you're
like that
asleep,
happened.
but you're paralyzed.
Yeah.
And you can see, but you can't move. Has it happened to you? Do you think that was a lucid dream?
I mean, it could be, if you want to explain it like scientifically and take the spiritual part out of it and the paranormal part out of it, but it could be. And my mom has a very similar story when my dad passed away. So my mom was 24 when my dad passed away. They'd been married since she was 18. Crazy. I was 4 years old, and it was very, very hard on her because it was super sudden. He died in a car accident. It was super, super sudden. Like it was like a weekend. So they had bought this beach house in El Golfo, which is like a 2-hour drive from where they lived. And he was working on this house. So on the weekends, he got this van, and he would go with his friend, and they would it was like a project. So they had gotten in a little fight, and he left her a note. He's like, I'm leaving to El Golfo. When I come back on Sunday, they used to like to go to the toros to watch the bulls in Mexicali. Vamos a ir a los toros and whatever. And my mom said that my dad never in all the years she knew him, never was mad, never was in a bad mood, never. He was just like a clown, happy-go-lucky. So he didn't take life serious. So she could be mad, but he wasn't mad. He's like, when I get back, whatever, hopefully you're over it. I don't know what they're fighting about. So he got on his way back home. He got a flat tire. The van rolled. Him and his friend ended up dying. But that's not the story. But anyways, I go back to it was really hard on my mom because it was so sudden, and she was having a very hard time with it. And she said, I don't know how many days after the funeral that she saw my dad at the foot of the bed, like laughing and telling her that everything was going to be okay and that life was going to go on and she'd never have to worry about anything and that he'd always take care of us and to just calm down. And his laughing, very like dark humor sort of way, like that she was being dramatic. I don't know. So that's her paranormal is very similar to mine and their brothers. So I don't know if it's our mind that makes us feel or see these things so that we can move on, or the people like these souls actually have a connection and want to say goodbye. So let us know what you think in the comments if you believe in that stuff or not. That's the only experience I have, and then the one my mom told me. So
Yours
still
are
to
all
this
beautiful.
Day,
mine are all like, what the fuck is she on?
They are beautiful, but I still don't. I'm like 50-50. Like sometimes our minds are so powerful. I think that they make us see things that we need. But then I also think like it's crazy to have a soul and then just got like you're here one day and then you're gone. Like there's got to be something behind.
I was gonna say, do you believe in like ghosts? Do you believe in
that's
spirits?
what I'm telling you. I'm like 50-50 because like I'm very logical but then I'm also like there's so much to us. There's no way that like you die and you're gone, like, and there's nothing left behind. So no sé, I'm 50-50.
That was beautiful, sister. Thank you for sharing that. Los míos van a ser que pendeja está. So basically, you reminded me of one right now.
So you have more than one?
Apparently. So, okay, question. You know how they say kids can see and hear all that because they say we all are born with this?
I have one more. I completely forgot about this one. Let me just say it because it's on the kids thing. So my grandpa, if you have followed me for a while, I remember. My grandpa passed away from cancer. We were really, really close. He married my grandmother after she had all her kids and she couldn't have kids anymore. So they never had kids. I know.
She couldn't have any more kids.
Good for him. So when I came, they had been married forever when I was born. So I was kind of like his daughter, like the closest thing he ever, and I was very, very close to him. I was practically raised there. So anyways, my grandpa got cancer. He passed away. I was like 2 or 3, I believe, when it happened. I think she was 2. He had just passed away like days, and we're driving and it had to be 2. She's cracking up in the back seat, like cracking up. And I had screens in that car at the time, but they weren't on. And I was like, why are you laughing? She's like, oh, grandpa's so funny. And I'm like, what do you mean grandpa's so funny? Yeah, he's tickling me and calling me, he used to call her Monkey. And Monkey, he's so funny. And but she's like belly laughing, like actually belly laughing. And I didn't think it was beautiful at the time. I got freaked out because I was like, oh my fucking God. Because she was just the way she was like laughing, like legit, like if something was actually tickling her, like where you can't breathe. And she's like, grandpa's so funny. Grandpa's so funny. And I was like, I didn't say anything to her. I was just like, oh yeah, he was. But that one freaked me out a little bit.
No, but they do say that we're all born with that kind of, I don't know if it's a gift or what, but that we lose it because we don't practice it or whatever.
Yeah, that you have like yeah, I've read that when you're little, you're more like open to the idea of things, and as we get older, we tell ourselves like, no, that's not possible. That's not possible. That's not. Dogs and kids.
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty. That one was, I mean, it was a sweet moment, but I think I was not, because it involved another person and there's no way I could talk my logical self into like, this isn't happening.
That's funny. So, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
So you reminded me with the lucid dreaming. I had one, but nothing happened in the dream. I actually was paralyzed in my dream. I mean, in the moment. So it was back when I was in college. I was in my apartment, and I wake up and I could see that I left the light in the kitchen on. So my door was closed to my room.
Which apartment? The first one or when you lived alone?
Where my roommate got her ass beat. That's
another story.
That's a whole nother. But anyways, I was alone in my apartment, and my door is closed to my room, and I open my eyes and I can see the light on, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get up to turn it off. I couldn't get up, but my eyes were open, and I was trying to talk like, me salía nada, and I just wanted to yell, and I
Were you drinking?
No, this was pre-Isha drinking. Fun fact, I didn't start drinking until I was 21.
Like a normal fucking
normal person, yeah. Okay. And so I was trying to yell and like trying to move, no podía. And then after a while, I was able to get up, but I know it wasn't a dream. Like it actually happened that I got paralyzed, but nothing freaky, just that. Like no me salió ningún fantasma ni nada. So that was my one lucid dream I've ever had. In regards to paranormal, me está dando miedo, I'm looking around. In regards to paranormal, I have had 2 incidents.
And in that house, right?
Okay. Yes. So fun fact, my parents own an old home in San Luis, and someone died in that home. The owner of that house had what's it called? A stroke?
Heart attack or a stroke, yeah.
In the bathroom, my parents' bathroom. Y ahí quedó.
I wish we had a picture of Mom's bathroom before. I don't know if you remember that bathroom, but it was the creepiest bathroom I've ever seen.
Ay, ni me digas.
It was like all orange tile. It was huge, and it had this gigantic tub that you step into. It was like the shower in the tub, but it was like te quedaba como hasta acá. I've never seen anything like it, like to get in. And it was right in the middle of the bathroom, like for no fucking reason. Like my mom remodeled that bathroom so quick, but it was weird. I've never seen a bathroom like that.
I didn't know that. I don't remember that.
And she died in there.
Okay, well, she died in there, right? And so the 2 incidents I had at my parents' house was incident number 1. I remember que todas las navidades pues mi mamá hace tamales ahí en la casa. Like people come over y pues hacemos todo el ordeal. And I remember one of those tardes, like we stayed doing the tamales and everything, and then they finished cleaning up. And then I wanted to go get a little snack. Well, we finished when everyone left. And it was late, era como las 9. And I was probably like 9, 10. And it was during the holidays. So había Christmas decorations everywhere in the house. And in the kitchen, she collected a bunch of like music boxes and snow globes. And they all turned on at once. And I remember that I ran so fucking quick from the kitchen back to like my parents. And I told my mom, like, Ama, todo se prendió ahí en la cocina. And she's like, what do you mean que se prendió? I'm like, todo el ruido, todas las cajitas, todas las snow globes. And she didn't believe me. We went back over there and everything was silent, of course.
You know what?
It happened.
And you know how when you're a little kid and you watch a scary movie and you have to run everywhere after? Can you relate? Like run to the bathroom and then run to the room.
100%. So that was my first incident. And then my second one, I was in my parents' room, donde falleció la señora. En paz descanse.
R.I.P.
I was in my parents' room. I was sitting on the bed. I was probably around the same age now that I think about it too. And I was in my parents' room. My mom has like these big old drawers full of photos. And I was going through the photos. Like I grabbed like a big stack and me senté en la cama de mis papás viendo las fotos. And all of a sudden, the door's closed. But I see and hear the lock. The lock. You know what I mean?
Yes, the locked.
And I didn't think anything of it. I didn't even flinch. I got up and unlocked it. And as soon as I unlocked it, it locked again. And I was like, oh, fuck, no. You missed the day. So I would say those are my babies waking up.
Those are your paranormal?
Those
That's
were
it? I thought you had some there at your new house.
Real Rico?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell no. I hope not.
I thought you had told me that they were there, that you had one there.
No me ha
No?
pasado nada aquí. Ay, Dios guarde, no. No soy culona. Are you culona?
No, not at all.
Define culona.
Yeah, by culona, she means like a scaredy cat. I picked like the cutest way to say it. No, I'm really not. Like, I can watch scary movies. Like, I remember even as a kid thinking like, oh, this shit's fake. No, I'm not really scared.
It's funny because when I think scary movies, I always think when I took my mom to see, which one was it? Which one's the one de la pareja? La pareja that do
Insidious?
Not Insidious. Oh yeah, it was Insidious with the tiptoe.
That one was pretty scary.
I took
not gonna lie.
I took mom, and she's one of those that when she's nervous, she laughs.
So she was laughing the whole movie?
The whole fucking time, dude. She was dying. And you know moms laugh. So it seemed like it was a comedy movie.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing? I'm really confused by this. Oh, yeah, that's all right.
You don't like it?
No, I do, but like just seeing the top, it was giving me like zebra print 90s, my wedding.
Oh yeah, Linda's wedding was zebra print.
No, it wasn't zebra print. It was black and white
and
with
zebra.
like fuchsia. It was not. It was. I forgot what it was called. It was like a print that was like very 2000s swirly, but it wasn't
like
zebra. No, it was not. I mean, it's not cute now.
Do you regret?
No, because it was very like those are still my favorite colors, like black, white. My house is literally black, white, and pink. But and there was just touches of that because it was trendy. But no, honestly, I don't regret anything about my wedding or my dress or anything. It's still very much me.
Love that for you.
Thanks.
Well, I was gonna say one story, but it's not mine, and it's hella scary.
Whose is it? Don't say the name.
It's a friend that I would. No, you don't know them. It was from YC when I went to high school.
But in high school, people be lying.
Well, she supposedly told me que se fue a hacer una limpieza.
Like a dental cleaning or a spiritual cleaning?
A spiritual cleaning. Una limpieza. Oh, he went back to sleep, I think.
The ghost rocked him.
Oh, I know. Okay, question. So have you ever been afraid to look at your monitor, your baby monitor?
Oh, that shit is scary. No, yeah, that shit. And the night, when it's a night vision, like even seeing your kid open its eyes, it's scary. You know what I'm really upset about? I washed my hair yesterday, and they had carbon. They were cooking outside, and it smells like carbon. And I should have washed it, but
I hate that in your clothes and shit. Pero se hizo la carnita asada.
Well, mariscos, but it was 10 out of 10 worth my hair smelling.
So back to my friend's story. Basically, she said that she went to go get a limpieza, a spiritual
cleansing,
a dental one, and that the lady that did it like usó huevo, and that when she cracked the egg salió sangre. I don't know what it's supposed to mean, but the lady told her like run.
But hey, when you crack your eggs, there's blood sometimes.
Yeah, and mine, yeah.
It's like normal. That's not that scary.
It's scarier. And I cracked the egg.
No, eggs are too expensive for. I wonder what people are using right now.
Ahorita las limpiezas are probably expensive.
Only the rich are getting limpiezas right now. Oh my gosh. I can't think. I personally don't have any. My grandma told me so many ghost stories, but my grandma's also full of shit. So.
I love that we always talk about Nana. Have you noticed in every single episode?
Because she's a character. She's like, I couldn't even make, like, if I wrote her life story, people would think I made it up. Like,
if I said the advice that she's given me.
Oh my God. If I had her on here, she would be so viral. She would be so freaking viral.
Linda who?
Yeah, exactly. You'll see how we're all watered down versions of that. Thank God.
That's a good way to
in a good way.
But I know a few of other people's, but I can't say the stories because it's not my story.
It's not your story to tell. So considerate, my sister. But this was kind of fun. I would like you guys to send us your stories, and maybe we can read them, because those are the only ones I have, but I know people have some crazy ones. So if you guys have any stories, send them in DM, email them or whatever you want, and maybe we'll read a few every so often.
I'd love that. Pero luego no puedo dormir en la noche.
Your baby. The ghost with your baby. The lady that from Mom's house followed you. She's Santi's great-great-grandmother.
I don't say that.
Lots of people die in houses. Like somebody died in my neighbor's house. I'm not gonna say the story to respect them, but then now somebody lives there. Like,
can you say what it said on the listing though?
No, I thought that was so cruel. Okay, I'll say it. So somebody offed themselves in a house close to mine, which is super sad. Like, it's a sad situation. And then when they were selling the house, I don't know if in Arizona you have to disclose if somebody died in a house, but it was like killer deal, killer. I was drop dead gorgeous. And I'm like, are they serious? Like, is this our actual listing? And it was a real listing. But I guess they use that verbiage like to let you know without letting you know. I don't know. It was weird and sad.
Can a realtor fact check?
Okay, I have a question for you. If you found your dream house at like a too good to be true, perfect location, but there was murders, like lots of murder or one murder, it doesn't even matter. Would you care? I wouldn't.
If it was my dream home, like dream home, I would get a limpieza in there and move in. Yeah, but if it was my dream home.
Yeah, otherwise, if it was a good deal.
Muchas casas where no one dies.
I would do it. If it was a good deal and it was a house I really wanted, like I do believe in energy and things like that, but I think there's always ways of like cleansing and making it your own. Like I would absolutely move in. Like even if it was like a mass murder. 20 million people.
Mass.
I would get it. And then nobody's ever going to try to break in or anything. They're all scared. So I feel like you don't even need like security or anything.
I don't know about that. Who's going to... I see. No,
pues tampoco, pero I feel like you'd be pretty safe. But I think we should wrap this up.
You really think a robber's going to be like, oh, I'm not going to break in there because someone died?
Well, here in a small town, like the pocas cosas that have happened here, I feel like everybody knows the houses and stuff, and I think it'd be safer, for sure.
So, if you don't want to get robbed, to get a house that someone died in.
That's murder, not just one.
But síguenos para más tips.
Real estate tips. Okay, we should probably wrap this up because I gotta get to work. But this was fun. Okay. Don't forget to send your stories in, your ghost stories, your paranormal.
Yeah, please send your stories. I really want to read them.
I do want to read them, but only if they're real. Don't be making stuff up. I want the real deal.
Don't be interesting.
Okay.
Bueno, pues it was good talking to you. Have a good day.
Bye, bitch.
Love you. Meow, 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 meow.
Meow, 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 meow. Oh, I don't know what way it is.
All the angles. Bye.
Bye.